I'm adding Tamanna again and waiting and seeing if it works. It's saying connecting. Yay! Finally. Every time I have to go live,
think
it's such a
everyone's
task.
story.
I don't know why.
But this is now how we
It's
all
like it
connect.
takes
So
forever to connect
this is
and
the
get
new
on,
us.
and oh my god. Anyway,
I can hear you well. Can you hear me?
exactly. Can you hear me okay? Yeah, perfect. Because I have this stupid AC on from like my from my dad's childhood, which is like very loud and old.
I mean, for me,
I'll
being
obviously
home
switch it
has
off because I'll
been
die.
very, very
Anyway, so how
rejuvenating
are you
because I
doing,
really
Tamanna?
needed this time with myself. And of course, not in this way. Nobody wanted it to be like this. But yeah, I guess there are two ways to look at it. You know, you can really use this time uh, in a good way. I won't say productive because
Yeah.
I think people are trying to even make this period of their lives productive, and it's not the same for everyone. Not everybody wants to be productive. Some people want to relax and be sedentary, which is fine too. So I think each one to his his own. It's just it's what you feel like doing
Yeah.
in this period of time. And some people are working aggressively. I've seen a lot of my friends who have actually been working even more hard than they were otherwise. And of course, the frontline workers, for them, it's been pretty much crazy ever since it has started.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been very hectic. You know, the thing is, I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of professions, and especially with actors, um, everything is so time sensitive that you're always working. Like, you always are doing things back to back to back, and you never really take time out for yourselves. Even if you do, it's a very short time because then you are already scheduled for something else, and your life is always scheduled and planned.
Yeah.
And
And
I
there are
think
such small
this
things.
has maybe
Like, I
been
mean,
like a forced
I guess
way for
if I
you to just
hadn't had
stop
this
and
time off, I
just
wouldn't have addressed those things because there
actually
are
take
certain
care of
things that you
yourself for
actually
once.
want to do, but you always keep it on the side burner. Like, I don't know, just maybe rearranging your wardrobe, something as simple as that. Because every time I'd come back home and I'd unpack my bags and pack them again and just leave. So I had no time to tend to what was happening at home. I had no time to spend with my parents. Although I would try to make maximum amount of time, but that too would be very limited. Uh, I've had my pet now for 7 years. I don't think I think he is wondering what is Mama doing at home so much because he's never seen me at home for such a long period of time. So yeah,
Yeah.
bonding with him, making good food. I didn't know I really enjoy cooking so much, and it's been
Yeah.
therapeutic. Just being there
Yeah.
at your home and kind of doing small things which uh, you know which which need to be attended to. But I think I guess we are all very passionate about our profession. Like, I am someone who's been working since the age of 15, so naturally my heart goes out to being in front of the camera. That's what I enjoy the most. But then there's so many other facets to life that you want to address as well, which are very, very important.
Yeah. I think I just wanted to know because I mean, I've always thought this. You have the most beautiful skin. Considering the amount of probably makeup and lights that you have to be in front of, still you have beautiful skin. So I'm sure there's good genetics in there too. But what do you do? Like, because I want to discuss this, like self care and self love. Because as you said, everyone is trying to be super productive, and people should somewhere are maybe not understanding that this is the best time to take out for yourself and do things for yourself, which may be relaxing, or may be good for you, mentally, emotionally,
So
physically.
right now, if
So
you
what do
see
you do?
my
Like,
skin,
what are the
I am
top
not wearing
5 things you
anything.
do for self care
There's
and
not
self
even a
love,
moisturizer on it.
and for your skin especially,
And
because it's so nice.
yeah, and that is something I've very consciously done while I've been at home. I haven't touched my skin with products because when I'm
Really?
at work, by the virtue of my profession, I am
Wow.
supposed to overdose on it. Which is, if they're used sensibly, if good skincare is used sensibly and to a like to the right quantity, it's good for you. But I feel like nobody really wants to address the root cause and um, take care of their skin in the right way, and that starts with your diet, whether we like it or not, whether we want to address that or not. And it's very often people ask me, like, they're like, what do you do for your skin? I said, even I'm the same. Like, the days I eat a certain way, the next few days I'm not going to look my optimum. My skin is going to give way, and I discovered a couple of years ago that I'm gluten and dairy intolerant. So for me, the diet change was a huge was a huge turning point when it came to my skin, because I used to have acne, like, even like in my adult life. So then that was a bit of a bummer, because if I'm facing the camera, you don't want to be pimply all over. And more than the aesthetic part of it is just painful. And I feel like a lot of people don't address that. And today, whatever I have, like, even if there's that bit of scars, I'm like, you know what, it's fine, let that be there. Because I think a lot of stuff that we largely don't want to accept ourselves the way we are. And then there are these unrealistic beauty standards that people have set. And then there's just so much, and then you're just trying to achieve it again and over again, and then it's just never ending. So I've come to a point where I've first accepted who I am and how I am. And now I'm just like, I don't touch my skin, I don't touch my hair. But I tell people who really want to take care of themselves, discipline and kind of making sure that you're eating healthy most of the times, because everybody likes to indulge. I like to indulge too, and I'm no different. I indulge as well. But most of my life is, a disciplined. I've always lived a very disciplined life, and you have to kind of, watch what you eat. Eat ghar ka khana. Eat what your grandmother has always, like, kind of told you to eat, because I feel like their basics were so right when it came to food. And eat seasonal, which is again such an important thing. Like, people were so against mangoes when mangoes came out, but mangoes are so good for you. So it's like stuff like that. Whatever is seasonal at that point of time, one must embrace.
Yeah. Yeah. And what about mentally? Like, what do you think of, like, self love or self care when it comes to your emotions, or being mentally strong, or feeling good emotionally? Because I think, at least I have struggled in the lockdown with this, where there
Yeah,
are
the
days
same,
that I feel
Purnia, the
great and
same.
I'm
Even
like,
I've had days
I'm
that
going to
were
do
very,
this and I
very
feel
good.
good. And then there
Like,
are
I'd
days
wake
where
up
you
and
feel
I'd
very
start
low. Like,
singing and jumping in the house
what
for
do
no
you do for
reason.
yourself
And then
mentally?
there were days I was really like, I don't want to get out of my bed. I don't even want to go and shower. I don't even want to go, like, dress up. And I would literally keep,
Yeah.
like, some work in the day, so that would kind of give me the motivation to get up, get ready, and, like, do something. So, but I think we all need to cut ourselves some
Yeah.
slack. It's fine if there are days you don't feel. I think the large problem is that
Yeah.
we don't allow ourselves to
Yeah.
feel bored enough. I think we've not really, most people don't understand the importance of boredom, because we're always so stimulated, either by a TV show or by, some article that's online, or, we're always getting some information or the other, and that being bombarded with that doesn't let us feel bored at any point of time. And when we're actually feeling bored, we feel like something's wrong. But actually, if you just let the boredom settle in a little bit, it becomes peace. So I think that we're just too scared to be peaceful. So so I guess we're all kind of in that battle. But for me, this period especially, uh, it really made me realize that we don't need so many things that we are after. And that was, it was mentally calming me down, that I'm at home, and there are times I can't access quite a few things. Like, I got locked down without any, and I love working out. I've gotten locked down without any weights, without any equipment, literally nothing. And I figured my way out at home, like, with whatever I had. So I think also the fact that we don't need so many things to kind of fill our life. Yeah.
I do suffer with this, where sometimes I feel like, uh, being at peace, too much peace, or having too much free time equates to not being productive or not being successful. And I think, at least
Yeah.
for me, this is redefining, or I'm starting to think about redefining what that means.
Absolutely. And
I don't
think
have to be busy
success
24/7 to
definitely
feel
means
successful or
different
productive.
things to different people.
And I don't know if
like
it's taught you the same thing as
like
well.
I realized
this
that
time,
you can have everything, but if you're not
right?
feeling healthy, say that is no, again, does not let you enjoy any of your success. So you can reach all the standards of what everybody wants you to be and what you also want yourself to be, but if you're unhealthy at that point of time, if you aren't feeling your best, it means nothing to you, right? It could be mentally, emotionally, or physically. So just being in an unhealthy state in either one of the ways lets you not enjoy any of your success or any of the goodies of life.
Yeah.
So
What do you do, like any meditation or yoga or
I
something,
do
just to
yoga. Yoga has been a
calm
very, very
yourself
integral
down, or
part of my life.
be in a nice
And it's
state of
not just
bliss for a
because of the
couple of minutes
lockdown,
a
it's
day, or
always been a very
at
integral
all?
part of my life.
Or do you
But
pray, or
apart from
like what
that,
do you do?
and I'm someone who has, I mean, I like to have a trainer with me. I'm someone who doesn't like to train on my own. I like someone's presence, someone who's monitoring what I do. So, of course, after one, we could not access anybody, coming home or training us. Everything went online, which was a great revelation for me because I did not know that that's such an easy
Yeah.
option considering we travel so much. So then I started taking online classes for my yoga sessions, and but more than just working out, doing yoga, or meditating,
Yeah.
what I realized is that even just soaking in the emptiness, just the way it is important. And I feel like most of us aren't comfortable with ourselves alone. So and I spent a lot of alone time just being with myself, and I'm quite happy with that. I think I mean, I live with my parents, so we do spend a lot of time of the day together. But even apart from that, there are times I'm just sitting, I'm probably reading a book if I feel like. If I don't feel like, I'm not exaggerating, Purnia. There have been days I'm just staring at the ceiling, and it's fine. I'm okay with that. I'm trying to get used to that. I'm trying to feel okay with that, because otherwise, when I'm on a film set, you're bombarded by at least 100 people in your face, which is great. We're all social beings. We enjoy that. But then also this part is equally important. Just getting comfortable with your own self.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you probably miss this once you're back to a super busy life. And speaking of that, like, now that you're gonna go back eventually, when you go back to movie sets, or production sets, for ads or whatever, what are the steps you will take that were different from before? Now that you have been through this time, and you may have learned a lot of things,
Yeah,
are you
I
gonna
think this
take certain
particular
steps
period
to
taught
maybe
us
take care
all
of
that it is
yourself,
not
or
just about.
do things slightly
Um,
differently now when you go
it's
back to work?
definitely not about who we are, or what we do, or how old we are. It's primarily about immunity, and primarily about being strong. So when you are physically, emotionally, mentally strong all the time, you're better at being able to battle a situation. In this case, a pandemic, but in life also, you become much more stronger to battle situations if you are feeling strong. So I feel like I think definitely I will take that. I will take immunity a lot more seriously when it comes to the physicality of it, because um, sometimes with unrealistic beauty standards, and when you try to like, I won't eat this, I won't eat that. Now there came a phase where everyone was like, please eat healthy, please eat well. That became like a center point. So I think those things have really changed, and I think I will continue doing that, because I realized that to face any situation, I should not be in a vulnerable situation. So apart from taking all the precautionary measures of wearing a mask while I can, washing my hands, so I think everyone's going to become a lot more aware of sanitation, which I think was not a thing in our country in general. And on sets also, I would see people like, sometimes littering things here and there, which I would really get like upset about. And I'd often kind of make a note that why is this happening. So I think stuff like this, sanitation, will be taken a lot more seriously on sets. I would for sure do that. So yeah, I think these things would change for me for sure.
Are you in a place where you're like dying to get back to work, or are you in
I'm
a place where
actually
you don't
enjoying this.
mind, um,
I'm enjoying this in a
staying
way
home
that
a
I
little
don't know
longer?
how
Like
I will be when I go
mentally, where
back
are
to
you?
work. But I think I miss facing the camera, so that part I miss. But I don't miss the madness because I've somewhere gotten used to this calm pace of life. But I guess I'm sure, and I hope and wish it's soon that we all get back to the madness, because that is also a very essential part of
Yeah.
who we are. Uh, but heart of hearts, I know I'm going to find it hard to like wake up at a super early time in the morning and head to work. But yeah, I mean, touch wood, it's been good. Yeah.
So like you were saying that, like one of the things you got to do was to kind of clean out your wardrobe, and this is something that I've been discussing because we have a sustainable brand, and we are. I mean, actually, even before lockdown happened, I was already starting to think about maybe in terms of fashion and the fashion industry also, and even personally, like how to be less wasteful when it came to my shopping choices or my wardrobe. And um so how do you like now, have you been able to clean out the wardrobe, take out what you don't need? What's your wardrobe status like right now? Like, or do you feel like now you don't need to buy anything for a while, or do you are you going to be recycling a lot of things from your wardrobe? Because like at the end of the day, actors are role models, right? So a lot of young girls think and believe that actors have these insane wardrobes and always have new things. And
Yeah, for me, a
I
little
mean,
bit of a comedy
is that
happened
even true
because
to a certain degree? And how are you going to
I
kind of
travel a
change
lot,
your
right?
wardrobe
So I'm
practices
always
now
flying to some
after
place.
this?
So I hoard a lot of winter wear because I'm either at an airport or in a vehicle that's air conditioned, or you know again traveling to a hotel where again it's air conditioned. So I'm generally someone who has a lot of winter wear, and I had literally no summer wear, and I literally had very bare minimal workout. Uh, I had zero pajamas. So trust me, I was really, really lost during the lockdown and didn't know what to wear. And I literally had five t-shirts which were like being washed again and again. Um, but more than just
Yeah.
cleaning up my wardrobe, I think there were a lot of like knickknacks like shoes. I think I took out some 60 pairs of shoes, and I was like, why were these even there in my wardrobe? These weren't worn for like over a couple of years now. So those I got rid of. But yeah, I ended up with a very weird wardrobe, which now leads me to I might actually need to shop. So I am kind of looking forward to doing a little bit of shopping because I don't have enough t-shirts to wear during, and so hot in Mumbai. It's been really, really hot for the very brief rain that we had. I hope it rains a lot more.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really
It's very difficult surviving in a
No,
season without
actually,
the
mom somehow.
appropriate
I mean,
wardrobe.
we have very different sizes,
I
so
guess,
mom and I don't
do you
share
borrow
clothes.
clothes from your mom
But
for
yeah, I
kurta
think
and all?
dad's shirts are something that I like to kind of borrow because they're soft, and I'm a big sucker for white shirts. I don't know why, I just love white shirts. So yeah, so I think those are the ones I end
Yeah.
up stealing the most from my dad's wardrobe.
Yeah, they're very, yeah, nice. And are you like okay, because I keep thinking about this, that now after I think the whole the fashion industry, the film industry, a lot of people are now taking measures to be more sustainable and less wasteful, and um, when they go back to work or when they reopen their businesses. Um, is this something you're going to keep in mind when you're now going to be shopping for brands or even wearing brands for events? Are you going to be mindful of supporting brands
A
that are
hundred
either
percent,
sustainable
a
or
hundred
doing
percent.
something
Today
good for the
we are
environment or
looking at
something good for Indian
wanting to,
handicrafts or
support
things like that?
Indian,
Does that matter to you? Or is that going
clothing,
to change
Indian
now?
like fabrics. So I think this is something. This is going to be the way to go for all of us. And sustainable fashion is not just the order of the day, but I also feel like we've ignored that for a very long time, and um, there's so much talent in our country, Aponya. It's really sad and they are not paid well enough for the amount of work that they do and for the kind of work that they do, which is so difficult, and it's so intricate, and it's pure art, and
Yeah.
it's completely being ignored. And I don't know why, because it's so comfortable and it's so fashionable, like when put together in the right way. So I think maybe people like you are going to be very, very instrumental in trying to bring that out towards people, and you have my support always. I'd like to say it in the live that
Yeah.
please feel free, that I would want to support this, because it is something that I think our country for sure needs.
That's so amazing because I do think anybody who can be a role model is really going to help with this movement of supporting local talent, supporting designers who are trying to do something which is sustainable or relevant to Indian um, textile industry, to so many other industries in India,
Yeah.
which are sometimes even a lot of artisans whose crafts are dying. So those kind of designers need so much help right now. Okay, I wanna ask something fun just for myself also, and I'm sure people and guys that they're complaining because we're ignoring comments. We will answer questions later. Tamanna will answer them in like 5-10 minutes. But I was gonna ask, from all your movies, what is your favorite look
I think
of which
basically
character? What look did you really enjoy
I think
and you
basically I did a
thought
film
like
called
it looked
Saira,
great on you, and
which
what did
was
you love
basically
the most
pre-independence,
in terms of your
and
look,
we had
costumes,
Anju
how you
Modi
looked?
conceptualizing, all the garments
Which,
for the costumes for
yeah,
all the characters, and there was Sushmita,
yeah, I saw it.
who is Chiranjeevi sir's daughter, who's an amazing stylist herself. She was very, very instrumental in kind of putting the look together for me. And what I loved is the detailing, like every single piece of jewelry, like there were like 4 earrings in my ears, and but everything was so beautifully done, and they really tried to bring that period alive, by you know keeping it real, but at the same time keeping it very grand and beautiful. So for me, it was so much fun wearing those. It was a very different kind. I played a classical dancer, so you get the kind of drape that we had was very different than the regular drape. So I was really enjoying wearing that, because I've never had the opportunity to wear something like that.
Yeah,
So, and they were beautiful color combinations. I think Anju Modi had some really, really amazing color
yeah.
combinations to give to us.
She's very good with costumes. I've seen that and it was very, very beautiful. Now, I want to know, what about from your fans and from
I think
like the
Saira,
public? What have they
I think
responded to the
Saira,
best
a lot of like,
and been
I think
like, oh
even my
God, and
haters
this,
had good
we loved you the
compliments
best and you
for
looked
me. Like,
amazing.
so I was very
What have
amazed
people
that
responded
a
to the
film
best?
that,
Which
and I
look
don't
of
think
yours?
my part was not the
Yeah,
most lengthiest part, but it was very impactful because the character is such. But I
really?
realized that at the end today, only good content is working. So we're all as actors, as performers, as entertainers, being forced to make sure that we churn out good content, um, which makes people feel something very strongly. And I think today socially relevant subjects uh, are what people are kind of feel like connecting with the most. So even if it's a period film, it has to somewhat have some kind of social relevance to today, and this film actually did have that. You don't need to do anything to have haters. You can just exist, and you can still have haters.
Yeah. I can't believe you have haters. How can someone hate you? People are just strange. I find sometimes also. Okay, anyway, but I wanted to ask because now I want to say like with the millennials and all, the trend is changing. Not a lot of them are coming into acting this early as like 15 and 16. So is this something that you put a time cap to that maybe by the time I'm 35 or 40 or whatever, I want to stop because it is exhausting, right? You've been acting since you were a child,
I mean, I
teenager.
think
Or is this
deep
something
down, I think
that
every actor wants to
even
be
though
like
you've been doing
Amitabh
it for
Bachchan
so
ji.
long, you
But
want to
I think for
continue
me,
forever like Amitabh Bachchan?
I I'd always want to be an actor till my dying breath. But I think I've changed the pace, and I think that is something that is in your hands. And I've been fortunate that I've had such a loyal fan following uh, that has come my way in all these years that I've worked, and I feel extremely fortunate and lucky with all the love that they pour in for me always. But I also feel one, I feel responsible that I just don't want to churn out anything. So hence I feel like there's a lot more quality control that needs to happen. And while you do that, naturally the amount of work you take becomes lesser than what say I used to in, say 10 years ago, I would work at a different pace. So I think the pace is something that I'd want to change as time elapses, because of course there are, I mean, I would love to have,
That's true.
a regular life. I'd love to have a family,
Yeah.
do the whole shebang like everyone does, which I look forward to at a later part of my life. So yeah, I think all of it, but a balance I think is so important. But I feel like if you're passionate about something, I think that should just never leave you. And in my case, it's performing in front of the camera. Makeup, I'm a
Yeah.
huge, like, I hoard a lot of makeup.
What else are your passions besides
Yeah, I'm
acting and
someone
being in
who
front of
will
the
like
camera?
wake
Do you
up in
have
the
other
middle of the night
passions?
and start putting on makeup. And I think now that I'm doing this live, gives me an
Really?
idea that should make a couple of videos when I do that. But I'm often so like daydreamy about it, I never really think of recording it. But
Really?
I think I
Oh.
should do one of these makeup videos because I really enjoy doing it.
Yeah, and makeup is all the rage online. Like everybody loves makeup videos. I am the opposite. Like I hate makeup. Like if I could just have someone do makeup for me every day for no reason, also just to go for lunch, I'd be so happy.
Sonia,
But
once
I
things
don't,
settle
and
down, I'm
I
coming to do
find it
your makeup.
so exhausting and like and stressful. Like to do my own makeup. Yeah, which is I mean, which is crazy because most girls I know.
Now you have to get Sindhi food for me.
Please come, please come.
Now
I'll
you're
be
going to
so.
get Sindhi food for
In
me.
return, I will not cook, but I will get something cooked for you and feed you because I can't cook either.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
think
quite
we're
useless,
we're
actually.
like typical. Like we
Yeah,
enjoy our
done, done,
Sindhi food very very
done.
much, and
But there must be really
once a
good
week
Sindhi
there
food in
is
your
kadhi
house as well,
chawal.
right?
Once a week there's sai bhaji. I'm sure you've eaten all of that and lots of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think it's quite healthy, most of it. Just a couple of things I've
I
tried with
just
Sindhi food I
I
find
want to
quite
know how
light.
have you been managing your
Maybe because I'm
dance,
from
because I
UP
know
and
that you
everything we
dance
eat
so
is super
beautifully and I've
heavy,
always
so
really
food
admired that
feels so light to me, you
about
know?
you.
Yeah. Okay, I want to know this now. So,
Yeah.
for my guru, yeah, actually, are amazing. Oh, you know, Tamanna, actually, I think it was for this movie only you were looking for a dance teacher. But if you want to dance,
Right.
my gurus have started online classes. They just put their entire workload online. And so I was dancing at
Right.
least 3, 4 times a week with them online, on a Zoom class. Last 2 weeks they stopped because they always take a month off in the summer. So they from June 11th to July 11th they've been off. I haven't danced, and I've actually been feeling quite gross not dancing. Like it just makes me feel so good to dance, and I think I eat better also when I'm dancing. Like, I eat healthier. So now when they start again, I'll start. But it's been a savior, honestly. And I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were telling me how you know it's so important. Like, people who are very passionate about something, they need to showcase it. And I thought about it, and I was like, you know what? Actually, I am very happy just dancing and practicing in my own living room and not having to showcase it. Of course, it's nice to showcase also once in a while, and it's nice to do a stage performance, and I love that. But the maximum joy I get is only from practice. When nobody is watching me, when it's just my gurus, that's the maximum joy I get. So I think if you're really
Great.
passionate, if no one's watching, also you're
I
very
would
happy,
love to.
you
I
know?
would really love to start
So that's how
myself
I
off
feel
with
about
that
dance.
because
And
uh,
I'm gonna get you
it's a
started on
great
some online
workout.
classes,
It's
or you
something
come
I
you
also
come
really
practice with
enjoy,
me when
and
things open up a little
like you
bit.
said, it's actually a never-ending thing. You can just
Yeah,
keep learning, and it's
great
never enough.
workout. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My guru's in his 80s and he's constantly learning. And he never acts like he knows it all. Never. He's like one of the most learned men in the world. But he'll always like call people for advice and call. I mean, he's constantly learning, and it's such a good influence on me because I never feel like you can never feel like you know it all, because then that day your life is over. Then why are you living if you know it all? So that's how I feel about dance, and I feel like because I've had quite an Americanized upbringing, it keeps me rooted, and it was the one thing that kept me very, very rooted. And I'm really grateful for that, because I don't
Well,
think I
that
would have
was
felt
I
this
had
rooted to
very
my
little experience
country
in
and
that. Only
to my
during the film
culture
that I
if it
was
weren't
talking
for
about,
dance, to be
I
honest.
had to train myself a little
Have
bit,
you ever done classical music or
uh,
dance?
but I mean, I'm at a very very basic level, so I have a long way to go. Nothing even close to what you do. Um, but yeah, whenever I see any of your videos or whenever I see your Insta story, even I'm like, you know what, I really need to get to this. I really want to do this. So yeah, this is definitely something I want to do. And I was quite curious about your new brand that you've come up with, Good Organics. Can you enlighten me a little bit on it and tell me
Yeah,
what do you do with that? I know it's sustainable fashion, but can you tell me some more?
very. Yeah. So basically, yeah, of course, really quickly, I'll just tell you. So basically, it's a clothing brand where we only use fabrics that are found in the environment. So we use fabrics made from banana, from aloe vera, rose. This is hemp. So they're really interesting fabrics that we use. So everything is from the environment. Nothing is made from any. Sorry about that. My phone's on a timer. But yeah, like nothing is made from any harmful chemicals, even while it's produced. It takes less water when it's produced. We don't use any plastics like zippers or embroidery. We don't use plastic buttons. So everything is completely natural. Like even the ties, everything is from organic thread, organic dye. Because I went through a phase, Tamanna, where like a year or 2 years ago, where I started feeling like quite uninspired in the fashion industry. And I was like, what am I doing with myself? And I don't want to be constantly in some rat race to have the biggest this and do the biggest that, because I think I had a business for a couple of years and it did well. And I think I was over it. And I move on from things very fast. I think that's another thing I do. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. So I
I
was like, it's
actually
time
do.
to do something
That
which
was
is
my
good
main
and
intention of
meaningful,
asking you this question.
and
I was like,
for my
how do we
country,
do
for the
this? How do
environment,
I get me
for
some clothes?
like Indian fashion at large. So that's how I came up with this brand. And I'm going to send you the lookbook because you need summer clothes. So you tell me what you want, I'll send it to you. But yeah. But it's all really beautiful. They're all really beautiful pieces that you can wear at home because they're so comfortable, but they're also very beautiful, so you can even wear it to a lunch, to a meeting. I wear it to office, like this I'm wearing to office. um it's just really comfortable, beautiful clothing, and that's my idea behind it. We're making a very small Diwali collection, very small one, which is kind of, it's very beautiful, but again completely organic, which you can, if you have 3 people at home, or you have Diwali with 5 people with your family, you can just wear it and look pretty. But it's just a kaftan. It's not hectic, a whole outfit and all. So that's the idea behind this. We've just launched our website, goodorganics.com. So
Yeah.
now we started getting orders on that. So I'm very happy. I mean, it's not the best time for retail, to be very honest. But at least I'm happy about the fact that even though I'm in retail and that's not the best time for retail, at least I'm on the right side of retail. At least I'm not on the wasteful, fast fashion side. Nothing is worse than fast fashion. And, I am the biggest, like, I was a big consumer of fast fashion. Like, I used to love going to these high street stores and picking up jeans and tops and just being like, I'll wear it twice and I'll throw it. But don't do that, guys. Like, I realized those brands, a lot of them don't follow good practices. Buy things, even if you're paying 5,000 rupees extra, 2,000 rupees extra, buy things of good quality that you can wear for a long time. I've had things in my wardrobe for 10 years that I still wear. And those are all good quality things. You'd rather buy less, but buy good quality. I think that's what the idea behind this brand is. And I just hope that even like actors and people with influence start supporting brands like this. So let's hope for that. I just want to open this out really quickly for questions because I know people want to ask you questions. So guys, if you want to ask Tamanna anything, please ask now. I'm sorry, I completely was ignoring the the chat.
Yeah, actually, before the
Yes, was,
lockdown, I had
too
I
engrossed in
had
my
one
conversation. But
Telugu film called
yeah.
CT Mar.
So Tamanna,
That was under production, and we all had to get
what
out
is
of it.
your
And
do you have
I
any
had a
project
web
lined
show
up immediately
called
that you're
A
gonna go
November
back into?
Story, which was
Can you
under
tell us
production.
or no?
So both I need to go back to. Also, I need to make some more announcements, but like that should happen soon.
Ooh.
And I'm also reading a lot of scripts right now. So yeah, so a lot of stuff. I know that once things get normalized, it's gonna be like I'm gonna be running for my life. So I'm kind of enjoying this as this lasts.
Yeah.
Well, if it's external stuff you're talking about, it's I guess good
Yeah.
genetics. I can't take much
Somebody
credit for
asked,
it.
what's the
But yeah,
secret
also
of your
good
beauty?
lifestyle. Yeah, like that's probably the
I
credit
don't
I'd
know.
like
I
to
mean,
take.
you
Like
can
you can have good
answer that.
genetics, you can have
Good
everything, but
genetics
if
for
you just
sure.
have a
What
bad
else?
lifestyle, you're gonna put that to waste. So yeah, I guess making the most of whatever you have is important. I can't believe that, Funny. I think you're one of the fittest people I know. One of the most.
Yeah. I think I'm a case of good genetics but bad lifestyle. It's so
Yeah,
terrible.
you know,
Like
I
I
think there are
always
two
tell
kinds of
myself I
people
need to
in
have a better
quarantine.
lifestyle.
There are two kinds of people in
And
quarantine. One,
I have very
there are two kinds of people in quarantine.
very bad diet.
Ones
My
who
mother-in-law like are
who
appalled by
get
me,
thinner,
but I'm gonna
and
start
ones
now.
who get
I'm
fat.
gonna start now.
You can do both.
Because I know that I better start now because I'm sorry. That's me. Getting fat is me. Although I've spoken to this dietitian who's attempting to put me on a healthy routine from in like 2 days. God only
We've
knows if
all
it'll
done it.
happen, but
We've
I'm
all tried.
trying.
Even the ones
Because
who
I've been
say
eating
they
like six
haven't
meals
have
a
done
day.
it.
My
So in
sister's
quarantine,
baking.
maybe
I'm
it's just
eating everything
something
she's
that has
baking.
happened to
They're all
everyone.
on diet, so I'm everyone's dustbin. I eat everything because everybody else wants to stay thin. I'm chalo now. I better start myself also taking care of myself. Lost 7 kilos in quarantine. That's no, but
Well,
my
the
friends
point is,
they're
if this
losing
makes you
weight.
happy,
That's so
then this is your
irritating. They're
way.
walking 20,000 steps a day. they're not eating, they're losing 7 kilos, 10 kilos like this. Like my friends, like, what's wrong with them? I'm feeling so depressed looking at them, you know?
Well, yeah, but more power to you. I hope you start your
I'm
diet
jealous. Actually, I'm
in
more than
these two
depressed, I'm
days.
just jealous.
You do, and you enjoy that as well.
It makes me happy for the 5 minutes I'm eating it, and then it makes me very depressed after that. Disaster.